2020, what a year. We all can feel time speeding up, the moments moving faster and faster. The fabric of reality is unraveling thread by thread. The new year was marked with the usual January news, talks of war with Iran. After word got out about Wuhan, world leaders made a knee-jerk reaction of regulations. If anyone was still in disbelief of a one-world government, 2020 was all the proof you needed. In lockstep, the world went into lockdown. The same elite from the G20 summits and United Nations followed their privately funded forums and organizations' guidelines. The WHO and World Economic Forum are but two examples of these unelected, anti-human, technocratic, Luciferian elite. Every government official folded under pressure and fear, mask mandates, shutting down small businesses and forcing the middle class into debt and unemployment. Your locally owned and operated corner store is a dark and dangerous place, yet the government-approved and simulation-certified mega corporations are safe havens. The shutdowns of small businesses' sole purpose was the linear restructuring of corporations. Only those businesses bought and sold by billionaire elitists are allowed into this Misfortune 500 club. Initially during the lockdowns, locals witnessed the installation of 5G towers in schools and city streets. The Internet of Things we all knew about yet filled our houses with helped boost power attenuation needed for the grid. That's why the only thing that has ever improved or really become affordable is technology. Cell phones, computers, anything that can connect and monitor. Screens and cameras, surveillance devices. Get it yet? Not only did the lockdown serve as this linear restructuring agenda, it also effectively rendered many previously working citizens dependent on welfare. Whether it was unemployment benefits or a minuscule payoff of around $1,000 each, we all were bribed. This is the meaning behind the path to hell being paved with good intentions. To really help and love, you must empower others, not empower yourself. The corporation known as the United States is only a fictional entity. It does not want to empower you, but to control you. We can only be controlled by that which we rely on. By forcing the citizens of the world to rely on their respective governments, they were able to control us. Flatten the curve. That was the goal, remember? I do. Whether we agree on the details regarding COVID, we can all fact-check the data from the recent past. Forced lockdowns and mask mandates were enforced in order to keep our hospitals from running out of resources, primarily ventilators. The world followed orders and successfully flattened the curve. Ventilators were abundant by the end of the lockdown, not only due to increased production, but also a change in treatment plans. Initially, physicians were over-oxygenating COVID patients and switching the patient's respiratory drive, similar to what happens with COPD patients when given high-flow oxygen. Multiple drugs were approved for treatment with great success as well. Instead of a pat on the back, we were given more fucking face masks. Flu cases are at a record low. Why? Masks. Yet COVID cases keep rising more and more every day, even though every person is forced to wear a face mask. One day we will laugh at the fact that we ever believed their fake data and conflated statistics. We believe numbers over brothers and sisters, a screen over what we see and experience with our own eyes. The steps taken, bills passed, guidelines given, mandates made, these are never rolled back. They slowly creep forever forward, flattening all fundamental freedoms. Now the same people that sold us the scamdemic are saving us with a cure. The world's first ever mRNA vaccine for mass distribution and administration. Great. I can just see it now. Health passes, security for your safety. Vaccinations will be no more forced than a social security number or driver's license is. It really is that simple. Enough are in agreement. Now with the right reason and technological capability to complete the beast system, Bill Gates and his billionaire buddies aren't going to blow their chance. They have been planning and completing this plan their whole lives. The Georgia Guidestones spelled it out for us. Depopulation, or maybe it would be repopulation. The real result of these vaccinations won't be felt until it's too late. No matter how hard they try to make it, how much they beg us and incentivize us to take it, we must remain steadfast in our belief. We are sovereign. We are eternal. We will not be trampled by the elephants and jackasses of our republic. There is no savior coming. We must save ourselves, love ourselves, give ourselves if we must. The star seeds are destined to return to the stars. The earth is not the end. The books we've read, stories we've shared, truth we've found, it was all on purpose. What good is knowledge and wisdom without a will and reason to act, to put empty words into action, to fight alongside every divine soul covered in the armor of creation, shining light into a dark future? The hour is late, and there is no time left for illusion, insanity. We have all been doing the same thing over and over, day in and day out, expecting change. But now we have little time and choice, love and chance. This is the moment we have all been waiting for, a chance to exist beyond ourselves. I know 2020 has been hard on you. It's been fucking hard on me too. I struggle a lot. I wear emotions like masks, all of them uncomfortable, never really fitting quite right. Society has left all of us shipwrecked. Putting the burden of blame and responsibility for your situation in this fallen world on someone else is like two drowning lovers arguing over dinner. No one is responsible for your mentality or your outlook on life. No one controls your attitude but yourself. The only way to survive a shipwreck is to leave all of our cultural cargo and dogmas behind, allowing us the mobility to swim safely to the shores of sovereignty. My toxic trait has always been the crippling knowledge that life is inherently meaningless. The only meaning or purpose is that which we ourselves give it. One big ink blot test. Don't get me wrong, I'm not the type to get depressed. I always return to reality, continuing to build sandcastles, then watching them wash away with the tides of time. 2021 is only going to get harder. Easier to decipher, more bipolar. It's only the gray area that's shrinking. There is no longer time to not pick sides. Just don't be fooled into believing you have to play their game. Pick their side. The only fight worth fighting is that for our future, for freedom and love, for your health and your children's, for nature, for creation. This plan is beyond borders, beyond leaders. The sooner we stop putting faith in rigged elections, broken systems of societal control, and evil elite leaders and politicians, the sooner we will stop signing up for meaningless wars. What will the future say about your choice to support a political party over supporting yourself? Who will you blame for your willingness to blindly follow orders? The Nazis that were just following orders were no different than those giving them. We must not delude ourselves into believing what we are doing is righteous or harmless. It starts here and now with us, with our families, our friends, our children. I will no longer cover my face. I want them to see me laughing. They will see our children's smiles, for that is the light that will never be eclipsed.
They paint the world full of shadows and then tell their children to stay close to the light. Their light. Their reasons, their judgments. Because in the darkness, there be dragons.
It feels like it's ending.
But it isn't true. We can prove that it isn't true. In the dark, there is discovery. There is possibility. There is freedom.